Hello, this is a short video in which we will demonstrate how to update the rate or amount of your employee payroll withholdings. This is a two-step process in UEN. It involves editing the withholding in a withholding list, and then using a handy shortcut we refer to as the withholding editor. What's the difference between these two? Let's take a look at the withholding list edits first. The withholding list edit involves setting default rates for employees that might be assigned to the withholding someday, but currently don't have that withholding deducted. So it simply sets the default if you were to add that withholding, what would the rate or the amount be deducted? In other words, it will not change rates for employees currently assigned the withholding. Conversely, the withholding editor will update rates for employees that currently have the withholding deducted from their wages now. It makes it easy to change rates for large groups of employees all at once. So let's start with step 1, which is withholding list edits. And we'll turn to our software now. And we can get to there under Payroll, Maintenance, and from the menu on the left, Withholdings. That will open up our custom list of withholdings. And we'll start by making a change to our health insurance premiums. We had an increase this year in health insurance premiums for all of our different plans. And so we're going to take a look to see if we need to change to the default rate. We'll select it from the list and click on Edit. That opens up the Edit withholding form, and we'll focus on the employee share. Now take a look at this. The employee share, it's an amount, of course, for health insurance, and it's set to 0. Once again, in here, it sets the default. If we were to add this insurance premium deduction to an employee for the first time, this answers the question, what would the rate or amount default to? In this case, it's going to default to 0. And that generally makes sense for health insurance premiums when you offer several plans for your employees through your insurance company. So there's really no changes necessary. And there's our little reminder in the corner that this sets the default rates below, and it will not affect employees to whom the withholding is already assigned. Let's look at another withholding. Our next example is a rate change increase for one of our local taxes, Buckeye Village income tax. Typically, these take effect at the beginning of the year. Here we see the old rate is set to default 1%. I'll update it to the new rate, which will take effect in our payroll at 1.5%. Remember, as it says here, this will not affect employees to whom this withholding is already assigned. It only sets the initial default rate, so we've got more work to do. Close out of here. And we'll turn to the withholding editor now. That's also located under Payroll, Maintenance, and in the last on our list, the withholding editor. And it opens up this handy form. Notice that you have options to edit by group or individually. Most people think editing by group is more convenient, so I'm going to demonstrate doing it that way for both of our examples. The withholding menu will list all of your custom withholdings. I'll start with our health insurance example again. It'll list all of our employees that have health insurance deducted. Notice that most of them are at the single rate, so I'll start with them. Now here's a little handy trick that you can take advantage of with any list area. If you select the first item on the list within a range, sequential items, and then select another item, like here I have Barry and Perry selected, then I can use the keyboard shortcuts Control U, and that selects everything up from Perry. So if you got a very long list of employees that are all in order like that, or any other type, you can use this little shortcut. Select the amount, and I'll type in the new amount for our employees on the single coverage insurance plan. It's gone up a little bit. Save that, and it updates all of them at the same time. Now I've got just a couple other employees on different plans, so we'll update those rates real easy as well on the same screen. All right, I can save that, and I can stay on the screen and switch to Buckeye Village Income Tax. That from the list. This one's going to be a bit easier. Of course, all of our employees that have this tax deducted are going to be taxed at the same rate, so I can simply select all and enter in the new rate at 1.5%. Click Save, and here we go. There you go. It's at 1.5 for all of employees. It's just that simple. Don't forget to report all of your UEN training for Fiscal Integrity Act credit, following the Auditor State's guidelines and deadlines on the training